All right. Hello. Thank you for listening to the Skate Fillet podcast. This is episode 92. It is March 1st, 2017. I am Grant Fierro, as always. By my side is Mike Medina.
Yeah.
So let's get it. Today we're going to start out with Torey Pudwill's Flatbar Frenzy. Medina just watched it. It came out today, so it's pretty fresh in our minds. So Mike, go ahead.
All right, so the first thing for me, I think that anyone watching it is how many like I think that we all went into it like looking at him as like this ledge guy. You know what I mean? Like he's always kind of just been like the ledge fucking dude that we all see do fucked up things on ledge or has really high pop and things like that. It's kind of what he's known for, I guess. You know what I mean? So for like him to put it as an all rails part was kind of interesting for me. Without having watched it, I was kind of like, okay, so like I feel like he kind of limited himself. That was my initial thought going in, right? That it was going to be kind of limited because at this point we kind of know Torey's bag of tricks. We know that he likes back tails, we know he likes back lips. You know what I'm saying? Like we know this.
Yeah. Backsmith.
So I went into it kind of like, oh shit, I don't know what to expect. I expect maybe a short part, maybe like a minute or a minute and a half part with some B-roll or something like that. That's genuinely what I expected before I hit start, right? And then you get into it, and like the first sequence is like a fucking 8-trick line on one of the coolest looking spots I've ever seen in my entire life. And what's badass about it is you can tell that he's actually swerving people. Like there's a part where like it looks like he wants to hit, and then he hits a different part of the rail. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, that's fucking sick. And I think that at a certain point, you just don't even look at it as another rail trick coming. Like you're just like, all right, I'm in this shit. Like I'm fully invested in this, what's going on right now kind of thing, as opposed to like, oh, another rail trick. Which you can actually make an argument that happens in rail skaters parts all the time.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, yeah, see, okay, that was my main thing that I took away from it. Other than that, like he does some groundbreaking shit. He does some shit that we have never seen before, and that is for damn sure. Especially like the well, for one, not especially. For one, where he does the back tail, he goes up the rail.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
What is that? Have we ever seen some shit like that? Maybe, I don't know.
I haven't seen it on a back tail.
Dude, I don't know. Another thing that really made me happy was he backlipped a fucking wooden log in like the middle of a park somewhere. Like, what was that? That was so awesome. That made me so happy. What was that? There was just so many things that I took away from it, really, that like you just don't see. There's like that one spot where he back 50s and he jumps on the other part of the rail and back 50s around that little sculpture thing.
Yeah,
like,
that was super sick.
Cool. Like, man, I don't know. I'm stoked on this Torey part. To compare it to Big Bang is kind of different, in my opinion.
Oh, it's definitely different from any other part of his, I would say. And kind of in general, because in a sense, he did put himself in a box of it's going to be flat bars.
Totally.
But the really cool thing, in my opinion, and you kind of touched on it, of how you said that it almost didn't get repetitive and boring. And I think that's because, like, generally, okay, when you hear flat bar, you're going to think, like, either a round or square rail on the ground at the skate park. But in the streets, obviously, flat bars can be kind of hard to find. So he's finding all these things that are flat bars, but they're very different looking from a skate park flat bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're either
way different.
Weird, or like it's an art piece, like that thing he backtailed that like looped up. You know how he went up it, like you said. Like all these crazy looking spots that it's very pleasing to the eye because it's like weird architecture stuff. That opening line, I agree. I loved all the tricks in it specifically, and every time I see that spot, I'm just blown away at how that's even there, because it seriously looks like pretty much a skate park. Like it's like an A-frame rail. Like how often do you see that? But so I love it. I love just watching the spots. I love that he did something very different. Like I've never heard of someone doing this. Like I'm gonna do a full flat bar part.
Totally.
I think it's cool to see. There's a bunch of photos for the part and like an article in the New Trans World. So that's super rad, kind of that he just put all this effort into filming one part, like a part on essence one obstacle. Tricks that stood out, the back lip where he like drops on the back lip. I love that. Flip front lip on that, like it's like a little planter fence thing. It has like all these little loops. That was crazy. Um, and then you got a couple like backtail big flip and backtail back three flip, like real Torey tricks, which was cool on that like up bar. I think it angled up a little bit. And probably my favorite was the 50-50 on the swervy rail that was in the sand. I believe it's at Venice Beach.
Was that the ender?
Or Santa Monica. Santa Monica.
Right?
Was that the ender? You know,
I think so.
although I watched it twice, I can't remember if that's the ender.
My bad.
But no, it's good. That freaking stood out. Look how scary that crap was, and the way his body was like turned to whip around that corner. That was crazy.
I think it's cool that how he got onto it. He stomped onto that thing.
You had to, nice ollie over that sand, get onto that thing, and then you're ready to whip that corner and then pop out over the sand.
That backside lip slide.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was tight.
So yeah, honestly, I love the concept. I love the way it turned out. Eric bragged, so obviously they've worked together for Plan B video.
Have we seen a Red Bull part yet?
I can't think. I'm sure it's happened.
I mean, like I know they do like the little segments or whatever with things, but like this is like a full part presented by Red Bull, not by Grizzly, not by Plan B. Like,
yeah, I mean that just means that they funded all his trips to go find Flatbars.
Yeah, and he's got that ninja headband.
That did crack me up. That did crack me up how he had a headband on. And he's like going karate mode with the headband.
I know. I definitely think that's one of the must watches of the year thus far.
Yeah, no, I think for me at least, the best way to describe it, like it's just super entertaining. Like I wasn't bored. I love the song. I love that band, Cage Elephant. Like it all just went so well. Yeah, exactly. And another cool thing is that I've seen kind of along the way. I think he filmed for it for about 2 years. Was on Instagram, he would post like from time to time, like if you got flat bar spots, like DM him or use this hashtag, because he obviously like I said before, flat bars can be hard to find in the streets. So he used social media to like find spots specifically for this part, which I just think is super rad. So yeah, honestly, I love the concept and I love the outcome of the video. Yeah. So moving along. Another video part that was released today was Sean Malto, his Nike SB part for his dunk colorway. Mike, I know you're hyped. Go ahead, and then I'll share my.
So wait, so what? When was the last part? 5 years ago?
Pretty Sweet was 2012, but it was late 2012, so a little over 4 years, I guess, is more accurate.
Crazy. It is. I feel like he almost was getting that label of like, he hasn't put out footage in forever kind of bullshit or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely, I think that, well, it's weird because I received information that shoe was like accidentally for sale for a few like minutes. Like
because they put them up and it says like pre-order usually, I think.
Right, no, but it didn't say that. They messed the photo
up.
That I sent to you, like you could literally put it in your cart and fucking.
Really, I want to look at that.
I don't know what happened, but
that is wild.
I don't know if they jumped the gun on that or whatever, but I definitely saw that shoe. And then like what's funny is like 2 days later or the next day or some shit, all the Instagram accounts, all Nike and fucking Malto's posting about it. And I'm just like, interesting. And then literally like we get a teaser the day after and I'm just like, oh shit, it's going down. It's fucking going down.
I was hyped because the way I heard about it was actually I was at the Transworld Awards last week. Or I guess that was like a week and a half ago now. We already talked about that. But I was talking to Theodis Beasley before the video played. And as it's already been announced in some interview where he said that he has a Nike part coming up. And I talked to him about that for a second, and he said how Malto's part was coming out first week of March is what he said, which is March 1st. So, yeah. And that got me hyped because honestly, like you said, well, Malto's last part was pretty sweet. Then he's had multiple injuries for a long period of time. And we've seen him back and forth for a little while now, but pretty much what we've been seeing is Instagram stuff. So, I don't know, Beebles Park, the Barracks, wherever. And then, but I mean, he's also been going on trips, obviously, for all this footage. So I was kind of surprised. Like, I didn't think in my head, like, oh, he probably has a part coming soon. So it was kind of a surprise to me, but definitely like something I was hyped on. But I mean, what exactly about this part? I mean, I know a lot of stuff that stood out to you.
I mean, come on, man. That fucking front pinch is insane. Do you see his toe? His back toe?
His back foot is the best part.
What?
His back foot's all tweaking.
He's like, at this point, he's like the front truck king, man.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. The front crooks, back over crooks. He has nose blunts. The front nose slide nollie back heel. Right when he gets into the front nose, the way his foot is hanging, his back foot's hanging off the board to flick the nollie back heel looks so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that trick. The front crook that stood out to everyone.
There's this one ledge that I think he does a nose grind on, or a hubba, I'm sorry. And that thing literally, it goes straight into the fucking ground. Like it's in the teaser. It's like one of the last tricks in the teaser.
The nollie flip 50?
Is that what he did?
Oh, the one where he nose blunts.
Nose blunt.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, he slammed on that one in the teaser.
Dude, it looks. Yeah, yes, that one. That hubba, like, I don't think we've ever seen that one, have we?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember seeing it.
It
looks tall. It looks tall.
Looks fucked up. It looks tall.
Massive.
It looks like it goes straight into the ground.
The nollie flip front 50 on that white hubba was buck. Although I can't lie, the first thing I thought of when I saw it was that Chris Johnson, not to down, I get that nollie flip front 50 is insane on anything. That's a crazy trick. But just because I think you don't see that trick that often, immediately seeing it on a hubba made me think how Jocelyn did it on Clipper and how insane that is. But Malto's did look super nice. Yeah, that I'm trying to think a couple of Switch Smith down that rails buck. I actually took notes, so I should pull up my notes. I've been doing that more. Let's see. Malto. All right. Switch heel back Smith on a ledge and one of the lines at the beginning was sick. Switch nose grind and he came like front half cab came out just straight on that bank derail. That's actually in San Diego. And it's now skate stopped. So
the front crook. Switch front crook.
Which one did he switch front crook?
Isn't that the spot you're talking about?
He did like switch nose grind. He was all the way pinched on the other side of his truck. Whatever. Yeah, I mean you were close, but no, that was cool. Obviously, just to see a San Diego spot, and Malto doesn't like go there often. I mean, like I've never seen footage that I can think of right now of Malto in San Diego, and the spot skate stopped. So we're probably not going to see much more footage there, other than I know Mikey Taylor did something because they were there together.
What have you done there?
I've just 50'd it and smithed it.
Hey, was it in your part?
It was pretty fun. What? Yeah, the Smith was. The 50's just like on Instagram.
What was the name of your part?
It was in Conditions.
Conditions. You can find it on Grant Fierro's YouTube channel.
Dude. Guy Mariano's front half cab flip was crazy. On that bank to barrier.
Oh, and Antonio Dural's footage was sick as fuck too. How do we not talk about
the switch flip and that ollie in? Wow.
Yeah, that dude's style is fire, dude.
All those guest clips were great.
Totally. And I've you know me, I've had my little shots at numbers. All I'm saying is that Antonio Dural, all those dudes, I've always said since day one the team is the shit. But that dude is like, we need to see more footage now.
Yeah, well, I have something to say about Antonio. I feel like I said that weird. We'll get into that after Malta, though, because I want to go through these notes. Because I already said the front nose, nollie back heel. Front nose one side, nollie flip on that bank to ledge was incredible. I don't know how he nollie flipped out of that. And then switch flip, it was like a bump over rail, basically, but it wasn't actually a rail. That was I love his switch flips, the way he always shifties them a little front side. And doesn't really shifty him back. He just lands a little bit turned and works. His switch flips always stand out to me. And then the last thing I wrote, which we've already mentioned, was the fact that he front crooked for like half a mile and landed absolutely perfect. And his back foot was just toes on the board on the front crook.
Dude, that video, that clip is going to be played for years and years. It's gonna be like
that's one of them where like a couple years someone will just toss it on Instagram and it'll still like blow up.
Yep, it's gonna be like the very definition of like how a front crook should look.
What'd you think of the ender?
What was the ender?
Frontside 5-0.
Oh, hammer! What?
Yeah, at first I don't know. At first, I was like, that was super buck, but I kind of wanted something else right under. And then I watched it again, and I was like, that rail looks insanely scary.
Dude,
With that drop on the other side, and it just looks big and steep and gnarly.
That's one of those things like it's fucked up because that's the ender.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if any of us were at that spot, we'd be like, no way. It's a rail that I don't think I've ever seen anyone skate.
It'd be one of those like unskateable spots for us.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, and he front 5-0'd it out. So I was actually I liked the whole part in general. Yeah, I don't have any complaints. I enjoyed it. I always like Malto footage. I love his pretty sweet part.
Dude, Malto.
This one was obviously much shorter, but yeah, it's so good to see his name and some street footage.
That exactly. I was gonna say I'm glad that it happened when it did, and I'm glad it's like for something. Like I'm glad that
yeah, I'm hyped that he has his own little dunk.
Yeah, it's crazy though how it's like $130 fucking or something though, isn't it?
I heard 115.
Okay,
not to downplay $115.
I'm just saying it's $115 fucking right? But wasn't
what do you expect out of Nike at this point?
Wasn't Ishad's shoe $80?
What was that?
Wasn't Ishad's shoe only $80?
I don't know. We can see they still make Ishad ones.
I'm just saying, like, isn't it the same fucking shoe? Why is one?
No, this one's called the Elite. There's like different. It's different.
Oh, it's Elite. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just way more. It's way more elite.
No, but there are like changes.
That's
to the shoe.
Fuck. I'm sorry. That's what it is, dude. It's way more elite.
Oh. What
Tack on 30.
Today was funny was that honestly, like it's sick. I think it's really rad that Nike is giving him his colorway or however that's working. But I was thinking how when he almost got on Adidas, how that we already have seen we never even was on Adidas, so we've seen his name on an Adidas shoe, and he's like 6 or 7 years on Nike now, probably 6 years, and we're just seeing his name on a Nike shoe. It's funny, but and he had a couple shoes at Etnies before that actually, but it's rad. I love the video. I think the whole shoe thing is well deserved. And yeah. And before I forget, since we brought up Antonio Dura, I don't know if you saw it today. It's a numbers ad. He switch front crooked the tall bank at LA High from flat. And that thing is the middle of my chest. That bank is massive.
I thought of you when I saw that because you just
first time ever going last weekend. I get there, I'm like, okay, first of all, anything at that spot, if you haven't been, just have respect for any trick you see go down. Because the banks in general are hard to skate. They're super fun, but it's really weird to skate. And I don't know how anyone can skate that big bank from flat as a ledge. It is massive.
Dude, he's got that.
First thing I thought of was Sage tail slid it. I think Sean Pablo 50'd it. And then Torey Pudwill did nose grind pop out, which is insane. And then I saw this today. I'm like, how do you switch? It is so tall, Mike. I can't even explain this.
Dude, I know that you're like 8 feet tall, and I saw you skating it. So
yeah, and the little clip I put on Instagram was on the smaller bank. That big bank is massive. I don't know how we got onto that. I can't wait to see that footage.
Yeah, it's just a photo, dude. There's no make.
No, I doubt it.
I'm just kidding.
Doubt it. I can't wait.
2017. This is not 1992.
Yeah, but that's just a little side note. Let's see. What can we go to next? Medina Willie Lara, who I think I think both of us get him as the winner.
You see Willie do that kickflip on Instagram?
I knew you were going to mention that, even though that was 2.5 weeks ago. But yeah, we could talk about that. He did just win in transition on the Barracks, which is right.
Who won last time?
Because to me, in my opinion, Daewon won one of them, and there was someone else because they've had 2 of them now. This was the 3rd, I think. Pedro Barros.
Oh, wow. How did we forget about that? That was fucking heavy.
But yeah, this year I think my favorites. Well, I actually kind of liked a lot of them. But Willie and Louis were probably the 2 most entertaining. I really like CJ, and then I really like what's his name that's on Adidas. He got like 2nd or 3rd.
I don't know. I wanted Willie to win right out of the gate. I thought he had the best one. I thought he had the most, in my opinion, he had the best one. He had the most enjoyable one for me to watch.
Yeah, it was
the nose blunts that the way that he I know that I think they all do a nose blunt in their parts. But the way that he does it is fucking crazy.
Bro, he blasts into it and then like bounces out immediately.
Yeah, the way he bounces out of it's crazy.
Looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, with those in transition things, it's hard to like specifically be like, oh, his was better, because they always just murder it, dude. Like,
yeah.
Remember when Bob Burnquist didn't win? Are you shitting me? Like, all right, Daywan, legend, one of my favorite skateboarders of all time. Are you shitting me? Bob Burnquist didn't win that. That's all I'm saying. So it's like at this point, I'm just looking at it as a whole. Like the whole In Transition series is super sick.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the fact that somebody winning it, I don't really care. It's whatever. Obviously, I have my people that I want to win. Like Willie, obviously, I think I've said I will hopefully wins when they first dropped it.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, I look at it as a whole with stuff like that because they all deserve to win. If you would have given it to Louis Lopez, I'd be fucking super excited.
Louis Lopez?
I mean, no, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Fucking what's his
like
Louis
what? I don't know, Ben Norman.
I was actually watching Louis Lopez footage earlier. No, fucking Louis Barletta's part, dude.
Oh,
obviously,
okay.
if they would have given it to him, I would have been like, fuck yeah, like front side flip, what?
Yeah.
Extension, what? Like, come on, man.
Yo,
I don't know. What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, it broke up for a second.
Oh no, nothing, man. It's all good. It's all you.
Oh wait, have we not talked about the Transworld video on here yet? Okay, that was just I'm tripping. I feel like I'd already talked about that.
I can't believe I just said Louis Lopez.
It's okay. Yeah, but we'll do that. So the Transworld video is out on DVD. I think it comes out on iTunes in a couple weeks in March. And so they premiered it last week, Riddles and Mathematics. Yajay Popson obviously had gone pro the week before for Alien. So he had last part in the video, as well as got the cover of the new Transworld with a crazy Pole Jam 50. It's called that legendary rail in New York that everyone skates like head on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Aves propeller ender, that rail. Yeah, so Yajay killed it. I love Bobby DeKaiser, both the Bobbies. Bobby DeKaiser and Bobby Wars, two of my favorite skateboarders. We're both in the video, so obviously I'm hyped on it. Stevie Perez was supposed to have a part. Like, I guess he was a part of the original crew, but got injured for a while. So he has, like, his name comes on the screen, but it's like a little bit of footage and then just like guest tricks, and then his part is over. But it's cool that they still included him. He had some sick stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, it sucks that he wasn't in it. He fucking shreds.
Yeah. Agreed.
Flacco's tacos.
I hope he's got a bunch of footage stacked up, even though he was hurt for the Lakai video coming soon.
I'm assuming that's probably where a majority of his footage is headed, being that they're in the situation that they're in.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully we get that. And then, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, to me, my two favorite things were getting to watch both the Bobbies, and then Yajay definitely stood out, killed it. Ben Gore had some really rad footage. If I had the video on my computer, I would be naming more specific tricks. Although I do remember, well, obviously what you would expect, wouldn't surprise anyone. Bobby DeKaiser had some crazy manuals and ledge tricks, like pretty tech and super stylish, as always. I remember a crazy backtail kickflip to forward that he did that looked really good in a line. And it was filmed by Chris Thiessen on a VX. So if you're like Mike Medina and don't like VX footage, just be prepared for that.
It's not preferable.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the video. All in all, I would watch it again, definitely.
Who has first part?
Was it Ben Gore?
I don't know. I didn't see it. You were there.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I would go. I think it was Ben Gore.
Who was last part?
Yajay.
Who has your favorite part?
Tie between Morris and DeKaiser.
Why did Bobby not get a pro board?
Oh, actually, there's a little anecdote. Well, not about it. I wish he got a pro board, but because me and Mike were texting, I was like, go to the Trans World thing tonight. Hopefully, Bobby gets a board. And he's, because obviously, I think everyone can agree, Mr. DeKaiser deserves his name on a board.
Come on, man.
And he actually happened to be sitting like just one row in front of me. And Chris Thiessen goes up before the premiere. They did the whole Ray Barbie tribute, gave him the Legend Award, which was super rad.
Fuck yeah.
And then Chris Thiessen's up there, and he like calls up everyone in the video, and they all go up there. Everyone that was there except Bobby DeKaiser just sat there, and then Chris Thiessen was like, they kept saying into the mic like, "Is Bobby here?" Like, they wanted Bobby to come up, but I don't know if I guess maybe just like his personality, he looked like little shy, like he didn't want the attention that they were going to give him, and he just wouldn't get out of his seat. He just wouldn't go to the front, which was super funny. Just funny to see because everyone else was up there, and just to watch that unfold was funny. But definitely, hopefully he gets a board soon because me and Mike both agreed that he deserves it.
I feel like that's like everyone's. He's too fucking good.
Dude, it's so fun to watch. So fun to watch. Hope maybe he's working like a little habitat thing, and then out comes the announcement. I don't know, but yeah. So all in all, good video. I would definitely watch it again.
What about what about Bobby Warris, dude? You're not gonna talk about more about Bobby Warris? What the fuck?
Well, okay.
All right. That's all I want.
All I'm saying is that I've only seen this video once at the premiere. I don't have a bunch of specific tricks that I remember.
There with a notebook. You should have taken notes. You should have written down time durations.
I enjoyed that video. I wasn't gonna take notes, but of course, as always, I love Bobby. I'm tripping. Bobby Warris footage.
Power.
I tweeted the other day. He has my favorite tray flips.
The most powerful Bobby.
Favorite tray flips. Definitely very powerful skateboarder. It's a great way to describe it. As always, like super cool ledge trick. He can kind of skate everything. Ledges. He'll get buck on rails and stairs from time to time. Great, powerful style. I loved it.
It's just great to see footage from him still. I feel like he stays very relevant for his age.
If you go back 2 years ago, he was SOTY finalist, I think.
Totally.
That was the year he dropped 3 points.
He did Battle at the Barracks.
Yep, Battle at the Barracks. Was that last
Random as fuck. He went against Danlu, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Was that the match that was like his head's turn and he's like, "What trick was that?" And Danlu's like, "Switch tray."
Yeah, I think that was that one. What did he do?
God,
like something. Yeah, that was super funny. Yeah, no, I love Bobby. I always go and watch his the video called "Looks Good to Me" with him, and I wish I could say his name. Hejalte. That's Polar. He's a great skateboarder. I really enjoy his footage, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. But there's Shared Part. Looks Good to Me that came out in 2016. I still go watch that video. Is great. Yeah, so Bobby Warris comes out with a ton of stuff, which is amazing.
Where's his part in the video?
Somewhere middle-ish. So this is one thing. Was that they listed, I think it said featuring, or I think it was maybe starring or word like that. And it was like like all the dudes that kind of were pushed more for this video. And then it said like featuring, and it said Bobby Warris and Stevie, because they both didn't have as much footage. I know Stevie was because of the injury, but Bobby, at least when I was watching it, like I don't know exactly how much footage it was, but it didn't seem like it was really like, wow, that was short, like it was at least like a couple minutes of footage. And I don't know if maybe he didn't get to go on all the trips or whatever happened, but it definitely still like a nice dose of footage. Like it wasn't like, oh, he didn't come through or anything like that. Like it was very enjoyable, and it was a fair amount, somewhere in the middle. So ETN, which we talked about last week for a second with Roger, which is ran by Brian Atlas and Eric Bragg. They launched their app this past weekend with the live feed at Davis Gap with Jaws and Tommy Sandoval hucking, obviously. Tommy tried to frontside flip it. Not live, but they posted it, and I have the app on like the free 30-day thing. So I've watched the whole like hour episode or whatever. And yeah, so Jaws actually went there wanting to heel flip it. He tried, I would say, 5-ish heel flips. Honestly, didn't get close to any of them. It looked like he was just flinging his body down this gap.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it looked terrible,
Oh,
like
that's the
on the
worst.
body. So he came up to Bragg and them and was like, "Hey," he was all like apologetic, like, "I'm sorry, but like I think I'm gonna do kickflip melon." And they're like, "Oh no, like it's cool, like we're not bummed at all, you know. Anything like if they pretty much like if anything can go down, that's rad." But they know it's skateboarding,
huge.
it's Davis Gap, and it's skateboarding. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. So they're like, "Oh no, like don't feel bad if that's what you want to do, do it." Tommy was trying frontside flip while this was going on. Tommy got very, very close. Very close.
He's the second person to try frontside flip there.
Who did what, DeCenzo?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Tommy caught probably 3 or 4 of them and bailed like last second. He did say on the thing that he wants to go back and get it. And
yeah,
honestly, from like watching his attempts, I would say that he most likely will, because this time I think it was his first time ever skating the gap, and you could tell like he definitely looked very like cautious or nervous, whatever word you want to use, towards skating it, because it was his first time, which as he should. The thing is massive, and he's a hooker, so it's like obviously it's huge. But you could tell it took him a little time to get used to it, because the first however many tries he wasn't really frontside flipping. You know, like you could tell he was just getting down the gap safely, and the trick wasn't necessarily happening. But then as more and more tries were going down, he was catching them and getting super close. But your body can only fly down that thing so many times. So I think next time when he's had experience of skating it and he's more comfortable and doesn't have to spend as many tries getting used to the gap, then I'd say it'll for sure go down. He'll put one to the ground and probably roll away on one of them.
Did he stomp any or no?
No, none of them were brought all the way down.
Damn, that's one of those tricks that's clearly harder than a lot of other tricks, due to the fact that obviously 1, you're spinning, 2, the board is spinning, and you're landing switch. That's groundbreaking. Another groundbreaking
moment in skateboarding. Jaws kickflip meloned it within probably 5 tries.
That's fucked.
It was not a lot of tries. Omar Salazar actually like towed him in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Running, yanked him in there, which was rad. And then, yeah, you could tell from like his heel flip attempts of like honestly not getting close to landing the trick, just getting down the gap. To kickflip melon, it was like there. Like attempt 1, it was like, okay, give him a second to get used to it, and this is going down. Omar yanked him in. He got it. My guess is within 5 tries. It was quick. His tail snapped on the make, and he rolled away with the broken tail. Yeah, he like scraped the ground, but it wasn't at all like a bad hand touch.
How did they set? Like, was that like?
I'm guessing they had to get a permit.
Yeah, like a sanctioned event to jump down thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they got a permit.
Fucking crazy.
I'm sure they had a permit.
They literally showed up just to jump down this big ass gap.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
That's not even a spot, dude. It looks like a spot, but it's not a spot.
It's not a spot. Yeah, it was crazy. It was super crazy.
Yeah.
And episode 2, because that's for the show called Face Melters. And episode 2, it doesn't say where, or at least when I saw it didn't, but it says it's with Nigel Houston. So
what have we seen, dude? We've seen a kickflip and a tray flip.
Down what, Davis?
Yeah.
Switch 180, front 180, ollie, kickflip, tray flip.
Switch 180.
DeCenzo.
Okay.
Wait, who did front 180? Did Raleigh skate it? I know front 180 went down. Like a decent 10 years ago. I think it was in 2007 because it showed the date.
Off the top of my head, I can only think of the fucking recent stuff.
I know Switch 180 was DeCenzo and Hallelujah.
Skateboarding every single
Reynolds kickflip. Who ollied it? It was Jamie Thomas that ollied it first.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Or did Reynolds 180 it?
I don't know.
Someone front 180 it.
I don't know, dude.
And now kickflip melon.
I
wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jolson cruise back up there to Davis.
I've been told that he went there again.
Yeah, maybe what, heart flip?
Wow.
That'd be buck or big spin. Ooh,
wow. What do you think about heart? Oh, big spin is unreal. That's fucking unreal. If he hard flips it, that's gonna be so cool to see.
Yeah, big spin would, in my opinion, be the craziest thing to go down. I mean, at the moment, I think tray flip is for sure the gnarliest thing.
It's gotta be, especially the way he did it was just insane.
It was perfect. You can see all that impact. His body like rocks forward, and he just holds onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good tray flip. Yeah. So, ETN is sick. For anyone, I would definitely recommend checking it out.
What does it stand for?
I don't remember. Or maybe I never heard. I don't know. I'll go with the answer.
What about the game show? Have you watched the game show?
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. They have this show called Four Wheels Live. It's so funny. Eric Bragg's like the host, and they spin these big wheels, like game show wheels, and there's like 4 of them. And so it tells you like which section of the course that you have to skate. And then if you get to skate it like regular, switch, and all your fakie. And then if you have to like flip in or flip out or spin in, whatever. And then the last wheel is like something that makes it more challenging. So like they had one the other day that I got to watch on the app, and like Slash had to do is a flip in to stall on the quarter pipe, but he had elbow pads, knee pads, a helmet, like all this crap. And then the best one was Beeble had to do a switch flip. It was like flip your board switch into a slide on the ledge, but you have to hop a fence before every try. So there's this fence that's like a little bit above his waist area, and he's just like hurdling it. He like puts his arms on it and just jumps over it, and then tries the ledge trick, and then comes back up, jumps over the fence, and tries the ledge trick. It was so funny. So yeah, I think they're doing one live tonight. I want to say Torey Pudwill's on it. I hope. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, isn't the app like $80 after a month?
I think it's like 70 or 80 for the year. But yeah, I'm just on the free trial right now.
You're gonna jump ship after a month or what? Are you gonna pay the 80?
I would like to in the future. It's rad. I want to support it, but I'm not gonna drop that much money at the moment.
That's a lot, dude, for a thing that I don't know anything about.
I mean, that's why you got the 30-day trial.
I guess. I need like a year trial.
Episode 2 of Four Wheels Live is going to be today at 6 p.m. if you want to watch it live, or they post it. It's with Torey Pudwill and Wes Kramer, so that's going to be guaranteed hilarious.
Big.
Hopefully, they're probably just both going to be fried just skating.
Of course.
Dude, I want to see a shot on one of these things. It would be so entertaining.
Yeah, Jim, get a shot on there.
That would be so funny. I saw when they did the last one with Beeble, MJ was there, so maybe he's going to be in like an upcoming one or something.
I hope so.
Should be sick. Yeah, it's super rad, and they're actually covering Tampa. So yeah, that's how. If you're going to watch Tampa live this weekend, that's how you're going to watch it.
What?
Yeah.
It's not going to be on StreetLeague.com?
ETN. Like, that's it.
What the hell?
And the way it works is that you don't have to sign up for anything, and you can watch all the qualifiers. But I think it's either the semis and the finals or just the finals. You have to at least be signed up for your free trial. So, like, if Tampa, next year at Tampa, if I still haven't paid, if I never signed up, then there's no way I can watch the finals, I think. At least that's what they're doing this year.
That's fine.
But yeah, I don't know. I back it. I think it's rad. But yeah, obviously it would be. So but honestly, like everyone's gonna complain about spending money because no one likes to spend money. But
I mean, $80.
Yeah, but okay, but look, think about this. Think about how much money they're freaking putting into this thing. Like if you watch that game show and live feeding at Davis, like that stuff's gotta freaking be a lot of work, time, and money.
Totally. Think about this. I can buy groceries or I can download an application on my phone.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea not to buy it because I'm not going to do it right now. But what I'm saying is that, like, people have to understand that I don't think they're just, like, racking in money off the $80 that you're going to pay for the year. Like,
well, I mean, somebody's got to pay for all those game shows, man.
Exactly. All that crap has to cost so much. But I don't know. It's rad, and I hope it does well and succeeds. And then maybe in the future.
Hence the reason why Skate Fillet is still very low budget.
Yeah, maybe Skate Fillet. We should be on ETN. That would be sick.
Yeah, we'll charge $80 to watch fucking Skate Fillet. Are you shitting me? Get out of here.
No, we're just one of the shows.
All right, hit Bragg up, dude.
What up, Bragg and Brian Atlas?
What's up, dog? Skate Fillet, ETN, collab.
Yo, if you want us, we're down.
If you want us, it's going to cost you. No, I'm just kidding.
We don't work for free, Bragg. I love what you're doing, Bragg, honestly. Dude, it's something so different for skateboarding. So different. Oh, yeah, I forgot Bragg was on here a while back. That was a good time. Dude, oh my gosh. Could you imagine, like, we're like, well, you haven't seen this game show yet, but if we were like the host, like, we're like during the game show, we're commentating like at a table.
We would kill it.
It would be so funny. And then it ends, and then we do our Skate Fillet episode.
We would kill that.
Anyway, what's next? Oh, so Carlos Ribeiro was on the 9 Club this week.
The 9.
And we'll get into the whole episode, whatever stood out to Mike or I. But one thing, which we're both kind of late on, I'm going to be straight up. I guess this was more announced at Agenda, but I just didn't hear about it. LRG cut the skate program. I noticed like last Thursday or something, like right after Skate Fillet, I was like, yo, I feel like no one posts about LRG. And then I go on Instagram and I type in LRG skate, and it's just like, this user doesn't exist or something. I was like, what? And then I like started going to Miles' post, and I was like, why is there like nothing about LRG? And then I went to Trent McClung, and then he has a photo with like the whole team from a 1947 trip, and I don't remember the caption, so there's no point in me trying to say
something like it was the best times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Faces or something.
And I was like, oh well, yes, LRG skate's done. And then it was a topic on the 9 Club. So LRG no longer has a skate program. They're out of skateboarding, doing their lifestyle or whatever they want, streetwear. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I didn't know about it until this week. Even though it happened like a month and a half ago, I heard. All right, that's when Trent posted it. It was like 6 weeks ago. So not the newest news, but new news to me. So I thought we might – and it was mentioned on the 9 Club, so we might as well bring it up. But were you surprised by that at all, Mike?
Not really.
Just because of what? You don't see enough people wearing it?
I think that I had it explained to me the best way. And it was like – the quote was like, skateboarders love LRG, but they don't like wearing LRG. Something along those lines. And I mean, it's absolutely true. I personally do wear LRG clothing, so I'm like bummed as fuck, honestly. But you don't really see people wearing it that often, man. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to the case of 4-Star, where everyone likes 4-Star, but people are clearly not buying 4-Star.
I was just going to mention it, how we talked the past couple weeks about how it's going to be so tough for apparel brands. And LRG leaving skateboarding is just another example of that.
Totally.
But to me, honestly, I was a little surprised. I wasn't shocked by the fact of, I agree, I don't see kids at the skate park every day wearing LRG shirts. Nope. But I just didn't see – to me, it was always – I've never been someone that's like super into LRG. So I don't know everything about the brand. And I knew it was a little more than skateboarding, and the fact that they have probably like artists and different streetwear and stuff like that. But I didn't realize that skateboarding was just like one program to them, and like they would cut that. To me, it was almost like 4-Star. Like it's like 4-Star is gonna not be a skate brand. It's like then 4-Star is not gonna be a brand. You know, like that's what it is. And so exactly. I didn't realize that
LRG came from the streetwear.
Yeah, I kind of didn't realize that. I knew that that was a part of what they do, but I never really knew what was like the main focus or where the money mainly goes or where it started, you know? So I didn't realize that would happen.
I wonder, like, it seemed, all right, to me from an outsider, obviously, it seemed like 1947 did really well for them.
Yeah, but so, I mean.
Apparently that's just not the case.
Yeah, I've never been one to honestly like be like it just wasn't a brand that I was super into. I wasn't buying the products. I wasn't like, oh, LRG. But I watched the video. I enjoyed 1947. I liked a lot of the team riders.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing. It's like team riders keeping the program alive, and then I guess the video. I don't know, man. It's one of those things that's just like, okay, like you know what I mean? Bummer.
Yeah, agreed. Interesting. Anything else from Carlos Ribeiro's 9 Club they want to touch on?
I mean, I think that it was not to say like uneventful, but I mean, I didn't think that there was very many. I just think that he's a really funny dude, and it was a good one. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was awesome.
Yeah, for some reason, like I could see if someone was like I was thinking of Drew when I was watching it. I was like, I know Drew would get so over Chris Roberts trying to talk in Portuguese right now, but it's cracking me up. Like I was literally listening to it, just laughing at how funny him trying to talk in Portuguese and the stuff Carlos was saying. Obviously the video part talk was interesting. Yeah, nothing crazy that like news breaking or anything like that. But
I think he was a cool guest to have, though. That's for sure.
I agree. I think they had cool chemistry. It was cool hearing about his just coming up from Brazil and moving to Spain and then to America. And
I don't think a lot of people knew that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he went to Spain for a while. I had no idea. I just figured it was Brazil to the States.
Mm-hmm.
The board sponsor talk was cool about chocolate, Plan B to chocolate to primitive. I never knew. What was that?
I think he'd be a really cool look on chocolate.
Yeah, that would have been rad. I agree.
That would have been really cool. I wonder if that was during like the whole Trunk Boys move, though.
Trunk Boys was like super popping off that pretty sweet.
Was it pretty? Yeah, you're right.
That's mainly when that was super.
You're right.
The thing, you know. So
it seemed like I remember when that Trunk Boys shit was going on. It was like it seemed like their entire marketing strategy was aimed at Trunk Boys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hyped on Carlos. He's probably. I mean, if I'm being honest, he's probably my favorite dude on Primitive.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Paul, I think obviously Paul is like the legend. You know what I'm saying? But as far as other people on there, he's probably my favorite person on there.
Okay, that's rad. Yeah. Another good episode of Night Club. It's worth your time.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're like driving around for a job, or if you're like in a fucking cubicle at a desk at a job, or if like you're one of those kids who doesn't give a fuck about using their phone in high school and shit. Like like podcasts are so good for that.
Yeah. I agree.
Like I drive around all the fucking time, all day, so I just literally listen to the podcast. It's like what I do.
It just gets you by. Nice little weekend buzz, Night Club.
Totally, that's exactly what I'll do. I feel like it's kind of hard to determine at this point which ones are podcasts. What makes it a podcast now? Why are we a podcast? We're not even on iTunes anymore.
I feel like to me, I don't know the definition. But
we're just a YouTube fucking talk show.
Yeah, but it's like we're so long, and it's like watching it. If like looking at the screen really isn't that different than just listening to us. Like we don't do anything cool.
Yeah, like I'm boring. I have a 100th acre candle though. If you want to go to 100thacre.com, you can buy yourself one.
Yeah, all I got is like half a lampshade and a wall. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of due to the length, but maybe that's just me not knowing enough about it.
What's a podcast? I need somebody leave in the comments like what they think a podcast is. I'm really curious to find out.
You could just Google it, but
I feel like a Google is just gonna be a nonsense fucking thing, though.
Well, as we're just talking about chocolate, did you see that Kenny Anderson chocolate chip edit made by our viewer Daniel Policelli? I hope that's how you say it. He texted me it phonetically, and I hope I got it right.
I feel like it's something that I wouldn't have really noticed, I guess, had you not shown it to me.
Dude, it's so good. I've probably watched it 6 times.
6?
Probably, yeah, 5 or 6. Because you know how YouTube shows you like recently viewed or something like that? It'll pop up. And if it pops up, I'm like, whatever. Let's just watch it again. Because honestly, like Kenny Anderson is one of my favorite skateboarders. We haven't seen a ton of like a full video part from Kenny in a while. There's been things here and there in montages or ads, stuff like that, which is fine. But if it's a re-edit of a bunch of his footage put together, like I'm hyped. That's legit one of my favorite skateboarders. In my opinion, one of the best styles ever.
ever.
Great trick selection. He's one of the only dudes that can make a flat ground back 180 look that good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love Kenny. I love the edit. Daniel killed it as always. The link, we're on it. This Skate Fillet. We put pretty much all the links to the topics we're talking about are in the description.
Yeah,
so
we're on it.
Go watch that.
We're working on it. Hashtag.
Daniel's texting me right now. He's liking the props.
We're working on it.
So go watch that. Maybe Daniel's probably gonna do more because he's been knocking them out recently, and they've been getting a bunch of coverage. Everyone's been reposting them.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but I have an answer.
To what podcast? Yeah, go for it.
A podcast, according to Google, is a digital audio file, so we're already fucking up, made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscribers automatically. So we got the second half of that.
You can download it. Just go to Clip Converter and put our YouTube.
We're a podcast. Yes, we live on YouTube. That's fine. We're a podcast. The best podcast in the world, according to Drew.
He told me, I talked to him on the phone recently. He's like, hey, did you change the intro at all? I was like, honestly, I just haven't been saying the best podcast because I just don't really like saying that. And he's like, you're messing up. Like, you screwed it all up. I'm like, what? He's like, if you don't believe that you're the best and you're not the best. I was like, I just don't like to say it. I don't like proclaiming things like that. Like, if you like Skate Fillet, listen to Skate Fillet. I like what we do. I think people like what I do or what we do. But I'm not gonna be like, I don't know. I just don't like saying it.
I
like when Drew said it.
It was a lot cooler when he said it.
Exactly. Because when I say it, I'm uncomfortable saying it, so it just sounds stupid. But like, Drew, with all the passion, like he's all hyped, he's gonna say it. It's gonna sound good.
That boy is I miss Drew, man. Shout out to my homie.
Yeah, Mr. Days, Officer
Days. Shout out to you, my brother. Miss you, dude.
Okay,
I hope he listens to these.
He's been listening to some of them.
Good.
Yeah, he was texting me. Jeremy Liabres and John Dixon.
Oh, heavy.
Some footage for the Wino G6.
Is it Wino?
Yeah, or Wino. Yeah, it's probably it's Wino.
Wino.
I don't know why I said Wino. It's an I, so I guess it would be Wino. But
dude, all I know is that if that's gonna be the new face of America, then they are doing something right over there.
They made a great decision picking up Dixon.
Those two dudes go hard as fuck, man. Like, not saying that the rest of the America team isn't on their shit, because Made 2 was excellent. All I'm saying is that those two dudes are a great way to move forward with your brand.
I agree completely.
Dude, I seen Jeremy Liabres. He has I forgot if it was an ad or a video clip, or I forgot what it was, but he does a frontside blunt at this rail at Clemente in Chicago, and that rail is fucked up, dude. It's so fucked up.
Try to get this ready. Front blunted a double kink.
Yeah,
front blunt that.
He does that.
That's stupid. No one else does that. Stupid.
No one does that. I don't know. I'm hyped on Jeremy Liabres. I mean, not saying that John Dixon isn't the shit, because he's the shit. He's the shit, and he's from here. Obviously,
as I've been doing the past couple weeks, I took to my notes so I would have some tricks that stood out.
Oh, that's fuck yeah, I get it.
Jeremy, I wrote ollie over the rail, backside to nose manny on that bank. Anytime. First of all, that trick immediately makes me think of and now I'm drawing another blank. I'm an idiot.
Damn, I wanted to know where that thought was going.
No, what's his freaking oh my gosh. He lives in San Diego. He's pro for real. Well, he's old now, so I don't think his board's coming out. But dude, JT Alts. Gosh, I don't know why that just happened. That was ridiculous. JT Alts is super good at that, and he does a sick one and through on that overhubba in Barcelona that everyone skates. You'll recognize him, Medina. Josh Matthews switch frontside flipped into it. He ollied over that to nose manny. So every time I see that trick, I think of him. But that trick looks amazing. Pole jam over the gap by Jeremy was super rad. John Dixon, fat half cab over that rail into the bank. Blasted this thing.
Into that shitty bank, too,
yes, man. Exactly.
Ooh.
And then what did Jeremy do on that crazy ditch bank to wall? He back over crook, back nose pick, revert in was buck.
I don't know. I've only watched it once, but shit, man.
It was great. Raw skateboarding to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, because I'm in my notes section, I took notes on Fran Molina's part, his Thrasher part, which he skated to Stevie Wonder, which was so fun to watch. Mike, did you see this part as well?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I did not get around to that one today.
Okay, that's at least something that you didn't see. I have notes on. Otherwise, I'll just be like, yeah, it was sick.
It was tight. It was cool. It was tight.
Backsmith up the hubba was ridiculous. Gary Rogers made fun of him on skate line, just jokingly, because people are going up double kinks. But still, backsmith up a hubba, you don't downplay that. That was unbelievable. Frontside flip over the rail into the bank. Those spots always just freaking look scary and hard to skate. Over rails into banks, I'm probably going to be hyped on it. Half cap heel, backside heel, and fakey inward heel all went down over a table. That's just uncalled for. To fake inward heel a table is unbelievable. Lost my spot. Oh, here we go. He fakey hard flipped over one of those parallel benches. You know those ones that Nick Tucker fakey flipped in his push? He fakey hard flipped that, which is buck. And then he did a massive kickflip backsmith on a flat ledge. It was like waist high. The thing was huge. Kickflip backsmith it. Made me think of Torey Pudwill.
Weird.
What was that?
Fakey hard flip over something is so fucking weird, man.
I've never tried that. It makes sense in the sense of like the way the board's spinning, it's going away from the whatever object you're going over. But that trick's kind of just awkward in general. So over
flat.
Yeah, I've never done anything other than flat.
I'm not doing it over shit.
Yo, you should learn fakey ghetto birds, Mike.
No way. I don't get ghetto.
How you gonna let me get ghetto when you're way more ghetto than
I don't know. I can't get ghetto, dude. I can't catch it. I'm trying to get ghetto later, maybe. I don't know.
They're perfect to learn on hips. And you love hips. And you go to Fargo and there's a hip there.
I prefer a hip.
That's one of those tricks that it's just like you learn it on a hip and then go to flat.
What do you do it? You pull up front side?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's how I did it. Always do it. Because then you don't have, it's like you're gonna do a backside flip.
Oh, so it'd be pulling up backside then.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was tripping. Yeah, like the way where you're gonna do a backside flip or a big spin or a back three, and you just do a ghetto bird, you hard flip like you let it go through your legs.
Ghetto bird. You don't do a backside flip. You just do a ghetto bird.
It's great to learn on hips because the hardest thing is get the full rotation. But
that's
on a hip, you can kind of just hard flip and it'll just go there.
I don't like turning that way, man.
Just keep
your
shoulders like this, and then it'll be right under you.
Turning against my shoulders.
Dude, they get hard to. Sometimes that trick's hard to roll away from, though.
You know what trick
I think? The only time
I've
taken it to the streets was that bump over sidewalk gap. I freaking stuck countless before I rolled away.
You know what I think is a really fucked up trick? Is frontside 360 kickflip. So like a front three kickflip.
Go to Transworld's Instagram.
I know, the Barbie one.
It's so fat.
That's literally why. That's what just inspired that topic.
It's so fat.
And that was what, like 30 years ago?
He blasted off that thing. No, it's funny. I was talking about this trick the other day. You know who else did a crazy one? You know, shout out Mike Peck, because I was live on Instagram. I do this every few nights. I'll just go live for a little bit, be like, ask my viewers, what video part should we watch? Mike Peck is like, yo, watch Albert Nyberg. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's not something I usually search, so I'm down. I watched Albert Nyberg. He frontside 360 kickflip the bump over rail in Barcelona. How insane is that?
What?
Yes.
My homie shoved it and said it was fucking gnarly.
That thing looks fat. Like that, and that's a trick you don't even see. And you know what else this just made me think of? Brad Cromer on the Skateboard Mag posted the photo sequence on Insta last night. Bump over table, back 360 kickflip looked amazing. I cannot wait for that.
Cromer's insane, dude.
One of the best. So
slept on.
I hope they're working on a crooked video, and I hope that's in it. Because
he's so slept on.
Dude, Cromer is unbelievable. He could do anything.
Yep. Do you remember just that best of Insta edit? How absolutely fucked that was?
Yes. Yes. Transworld Outliers. His part goes his crooked growing pro part. Unbelievable.
And dude, I think that him and what was that other dude that did like the Instagram? Nick Garcia.
Oh yeah, he does crazy.
Who are
he
these
doesn't
dudes?
make sense.
How are they not getting the big money?
Maybe they don't want it.
They're too real, dude. They don't want to wear fucking monster sweatbands.
Dude, it would be pretty cool to like have energy drinks not have logos everywhere.
Dude, I don't understand that shit. Like me seeing Nigel with a fucking wristband is not gonna make me go buy a fucking poison drink.
Poison drink. That's why I think Villager's super rad. Like look at Shane O'Neill. He used to have the the neon green on the hat for the check.
But now he don't. And
yeah,
no more Mountain Dew.
Oh, you want to know something funny? Well, that was P-Rod, but yeah, that's a good example.
Remember they kicked Boo off for smoking weed?
You want to know something hilarious? I saw on Twitter. I wasn't gonna mention it because who cares what someone's drink sponsor? All that means is they get a, like no one's repping.
Dude, it's hilarious.
But Current Cables, I literally just saw Twitter before we went live. Current Cables is on Mountain Dew now, and I was like, yo, this dude's been on Red Bull, Monster, and now Mountain Dew. Like,
what the fuck?
How many drink companies can you be on?
He's got a good agent. We'll just give him that.
It's so funny.
Can we just say that?
You
have a hell of an agent there, Curran.
I mentioned this last week because I thought it was maybe going to happen. But now, according to Ruka's Instagram, the announcement's this week, but every skateboarder knows based off the shadow silhouette photo they posted that they're welcoming Andrew Reynolds to the team. So he's obviously off Altamont, now on Ruka. There's not a ton to say about it other than I was a little surprised when I first saw him like a week and a half ago wearing Ruka. So that's kind of random. Then I saw him wearing Ruka again. I was like, well, we'll probably get on Ruka. And then they posted the photo of him. And I was like, that's cool. You know, one cool thing about it is like a few of the young dudes on Baker are on Ruka too. So it's kind of sick. I was thinking literally him and Cater, I think, have every single sponsor that's the same right now. They are Baker, Spit, Indy, Ruka. Like they have the same sponsors.
Does that surprise you? I feel like those Baker dudes do that often.
Yeah, a lot of them do. But
like historically.
Yeah, but not always exactly the same. Like most of them were on Spit. And then I guess like half and half is probably Thunder or Indy. And then I guess there's some on America. Everyone's split on shoes, but yeah.
I mean, at one point they were like All America or Supra.
Yeah. Cater's on America. Obviously Reynolds, Spanky, who's also on Ruka. We were just talking about Jeremy Labres. He's on Ruka as well.
Rips.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll be putting some more effort or more video projects into the skate program with getting such a big name like that, which is sick. I back it.
Hey, I'll just tell you right now, man. Chocolate coconut water is still sold out.
Well, good for them, I guess, because that means they're selling a lot. That seems
must be hustling that shit.
Or they just get like a case in. It's like, hey, it's sold out. Just kidding.
That's whack, dude.
I'm kidding. Why would they do that? No, I still want to try some because I back the brand, the team, the movement. It's sick.
Well, they're out of pineapple coconut water as well.
What if you just get coconut?
I bet it's fucking in. Dude, I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to find it in person and like sip on someone's. See if.
Do I even like coconut water? I
don't know either. That's the thing. I don't know if I like it. You know, I back the whole thing, but I don't know if I actually enjoy the taste. I want to try it though.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, dude. There it is, man. It's in the. You can add it to your bag, not your cart. You can add it to your bag.
That's cool.
I guess.
Nice bag.
I'm so fucking tempted. I'm so tempted to just add this to my bag right now. You have no idea.
What is it? The regular one? The one that's like blue?
The regular, dude. Original coconut water 12-pack. You can also buy
I don't know.
a fucking Villager water bottle for $30.
Yo, I saw some of their like shirts and hats. They were pretty sick.
Yeah, their apparel is actually super sick.
Yeah, I like the logo and everything. It's pretty nice.
There's
Jim Greco, what was it called? 13?
Oh my goodness, the 13th
What was it called?
13th year?
Yeah, I think it was that. Came out on Thrasher. I'm not gonna lie, I watched like half of it. I took notes on the half I watched, but
I definitely watched it in its entirety. I promise you that.
you did?
Fuck yeah, dude. Greco is one of my OG. You know that Greco
what? This is not the response I got today.
all right, well, little known fact.
Jeez.
Greco was one of my first favorite skateboarders. Baker 2G. My friend, one of my best friends growing up, he gave me that video as like a gift when I was a freshman in high school, and I burned it out, dude. I literally played the VHS so many times that it would have like little skips in it that were just permanent.
Way.
I watched it grant, dude. It was that.
Yo, that would suck if you like skipped over your favorite dude's ender or something.
It was like literally like just the random little. I don't remember what they skipped over, honestly, because I don't remember. But
because you didn't get to see
it. Dude, I burned that one. Literally, I burned it to death, man. Best shit ever. Crazy. So like whenever Greco does something, like I have to know about it. You know what I mean? So like this was okay. One thing that I took away from it that I actually thought that you would like about it, if I'm being honest with you, is the like the raw file feel of it. Mm-hmm. Like it almost was like a raw files in certain parts of it.
Because it's not
like him fucking dragging that bench like halfway down the street was amazing. That's amazing to me.
Yeah, no, I thought that. I know what you're saying.
And like
it's not.
I think it's sick that he finds these street spots and he like sessions them. He doesn't go there for a clip or a photo. Like he'll do like 8 tricks on a fucking man-made little obstacle. You know.
I was hoping that back 270 lip would go down. Say that.
Dude, that would have been one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen. I don't understand how he's so good at back threes. He does like 80 in this part.
He's got him very, very well.
It's crazy how good he is.
The kickflip on that brick quarter pipe, that's the new Thrasher cover.
Yeah. You're talking about the kickflip 5.0 or just the kickflip?
Just
he does both.
Yeah. Wait, I thought he went to back D on it.
It's like a back truck bash. I wouldn't necessarily call it a 5.0 Smith or a back disaster.
Okay. Well, anyway, either one. We can go either one. That spot
that spot looks insane.
That spot is so hard to skate. And
is it unskateable?
I mean, I wouldn't have anything to do if I go there.
Would you pull up and say no?
Yeah, I already have. I've gone there and said, there's nothing to do here. And it's not even like I'll compare it to LA High. LA High, the tricks that go down are insane. But, you know, anyone can cruise around because it's a bank. It's a steep bank, so it's like, oh, look at this little wall ride type thing, you know. Whatever, have a good time. This brick quarter pipe, it's like you can't – most people wouldn't be able to go to it and have a good time. Maybe like day one or something. But, like, it's so hard to skate. So hard. Anything that goes down on that, ridiculous. So the fact that he kickflipped it is incredible. And the little kickflip truck bash thing was buck.
What would you call it? I would call it just like a truck bash because it wasn't a 50, it wasn't a 5.0. It was just kind of he smashed that fucker down there.
He lip slid that friggin' super tall bump to bench on the sidewalk. That was sick. I wrote that down.
I actually thought
it
was a lot cooler than you're making it seem.
Oh, I just didn't finish it. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bored, but it could have just been my mood, and because I was like, I probably did school or I was doing homework, and then I wanted like a fast-paced thing, and it was slow. And I'm not to say that that's bad. It's kind of factual. Like it's not a fast-paced video. But yeah, I just need to finish it. But there's rad skating in it for sure, 100%. I mean, but what else would you expect? It's Jim Greco. Of course, it's going to be good skating.
Of course, it's going to get really cinematic, and of course, it's going to be really dramatic, and that's just the way that he likes to do his shit.
Which is cool, because if he wants to do it that way, and that's rad that he does it that way. It's different. It's not the same thing. Just like how I said with Torey's whole Flatbar thing, he did something different, and that's cool. Makes it stand out more.
I agree.
Which is rad. So that's cool. I'm gonna double check, but that might be. Oh, Tyshawn Jones and Louis Lopez are gonna be in Street League this year. I wrote that down. Not a ton to say about that, but that's cool choices. What'd
How
you
do
say?
you know that? How do you know that?
Because they posted it.
Oh man, I'm going for Louis fucking Lopez or Louis Lowe for
Louis would be sick to do good in it.
Wait, is K-Walks doing it again?
I don't know.
If Kyle isn't, then I'm going for Louis.
I don't know who that. I'm guessing they'll post like in a couple of months, like the full.
I'm going for Louis, and then my second choice is Tyshawn.
Oh, okay. This is so random. I feel like you probably haven't seen it, Mike. But Davis Torgerson had a Trickopedia this week for nollie flip. Usually, I usually don't watch Trickopedias because I don't know. I just don't. But this one's so, dude. He has such good nollie flips on flat ground. You know how at the end they do it on some like on an obstacle or whatever. I was like, oh, he'll probably nollie flip the not that nollie flipping a 10's easy, but I was like, what? Usually they'll just do it down the set or something. I was like, it would be so sick if you like nollie flipped over the bench because that's so crazy to do a straight nollie flip over something. And then in comes the red bench and he nollie flips over it. I was like, oh, that was sick.
I'm about to go set up one of his boards like right now.
Which one is it? Is it the Northern Lights one? That one's
dude, the one I'm setting up is so fire.
You should show us.
I will. Oh, like right now?
Show everyone.
Oh, I don't have it. It's at the shop.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I left it there.
Still sick. Yeah, that's everything on our list.
Fuck yeah.
So, unless you have anything to add, Mr. Mike Medina.
That's it.
Yeah, a little. What is that? Probably hour 15. That was a good week though. Busy week in skating.
I was gonna say there was a lot of stuff.
I agree completely. There were a lot of good stuff.
Cool. We're gonna have Right to Exist killed the kill tapes tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, Santa Cruz?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Oh, who else was? I saw a teaser for somebody dropping a part tomorrow too. Who was it?
Who was that?
Oh, Carlos Zarzua or whatever his name is.
Oh, dude, I did see that. Yeah. It's
Jart.
Pro for Jart or Yart.
Is it Yart or Jart? Fart.
I think because it's a J and you're in Europe, it's Yart.
If
you're in America, do you use the J? I don't know.
If you're in America, it's Jart.
Depends geographically where you're located.
The definition of the difference between Hellas and Hellas.
Exactly. That's exactly perfect example. Yeah. So I think that's it for Skate Fillet 92. We're gonna be back next week with 93. We got a guest lined up. I hope it works out. And yeah, I think you guys will be hyped if it does.
We're almost at 100, dude. What are we gonna do?
Something, I don't know, pop champagne like the top sheet of that K-Walks board.
We're working on it.
Are we though?
That's just my hashtag. That's my hashtag of life.
You know what I like? Random last thing. Girl, you know how they did that one tour? We're with Malto.
Yeah.
I still just think that's hilarious because they were hashtagging it, promoting his new Nike part. I was like, that's really funny. All right, we'll be back, episode 93 next week.